NodeMCU is a microcontroller which can be programmed, and it has only 4 MB of internal memory. So it's impossible to run the full Python interpreter in the NodeMCU, and that's the reason why micropython was developed. MicroPython is a small version of Python. It's really small version of Python which can run on microcontrollers like esp8266 or the NodeMCU board. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install MicroPython on the NodeMCU board and how to program it. First, you'll need to download the MicroPython firmware for the NodeMCU board. You can find the firmware in this website called micropython.org/download. It's their official website. You'll have to look for the firmware for esp8266 boards. Download the latest one. I've already downloaded it, and you can see it's over here. Next step is to flash the firmware into the board. For that, you'll need a program called esp-tool, which can be downloaded from GitHub. This link, github.com/espressive/esp-tool. As you can see, I've already downloaded it. You can install it using the setup.py Python program, but it didn't work for me. It showed so many errors, so I didn't want to install it, but I am using it using this file called esp-tool.py. Now connect your board to your computer and you'll see the blue flash. I'll show it again. See? The onboard LED on the board will blink one time. That means the board is powered up. And now to flash the firmware, you'll have to open your command line. Before flashing, if there's some code remaining in the NodeMCU, it may make problems after flashing. So first step is to erase its memory. You'll need this command called python esp-tool.py port. You'll have to give the port name and erase flash command. When I run it, it will take a while and erase the memory. Sorry, I didn't. Now when I run the command, it starts erasing the flash memory. Okay, it's over. Now the next step is to flash the .bin file into the NodeMCU board. For that, you will need this command. It says python esp-tool.py. I selected the port, baud rate 115200, write flash, verify flash size. I'm asking to detect the size. Then I'm saying the file name over here. When I click enter, it will start flashing the board. You can see the LED blinking. It will take a while for it to flash because I have set the baud rate to 115200 and it's pretty slow. Please wait a little bit. It will be over soon, 92%, and it's over. After flashing, we'll need something to communicate with the board. So for that, I've installed this IDE called Thorny IDE. When I open it, it will run the normal Python interpreter in the computer. We don't want that, so I'm going to Tools, Options, go to the Interpreter tab and select micropython or a generic device. Then you'll select this and click the OK button. You'll see this. It means that you're all connected to the NodeMCU board and it's ready to accept commands. I'm gonna send I'm sending help. So all these are the returned data from the NodeMCU board, saying we can the basic Wi-Fi configuration, import network and all those commands. I'll talk about that later. Now you can see it's working and you can communicate with the board. Now let's see how to use the Gpio pins. First, you will need to import the machine library. It's done. Create a pin object. Select the pin as pin D4 or pin 2 and dot pin dot is correct. And as you can see, the LED is turned on. I think it's wired that way. If we give pin dot on, turns it off, and if I give pin dot off, it will turn on. I think the onboard LED is wired that way, so that if we turn it on, it will be off, and if it's off, the LED will turn off on. So we can also give like pin dot value 1 and pin dot value 0. So now let's see how to read an input from a GPIO. As you can see, I have connected a small push button, and let me connect it to the NodeMCU. And there you go. I've connected the button to pin D0. Now to read data from the button, first, as usual, import machine dot pin machine dot pin Yes, we need to set it as an input to read data from it. So yeah, it's ready. If I give pin dot value and press enter, you will see 1. If I push the button and enter, you'll see I got a 0. That means it successfully you can read data from a push button or GPIO inputs. So that's working. And you might have noticed one thing, that it's when it's not pressed, and it gives 0 when it's pressed. So now let's see how to use PWM. I'm using the onboard LED of the NodeMCU, and if I press enter, you'll see that. And if I give PWM, I can give anything between 1, 0, 2, 3 and 0. See, I just dimmed the LED. Okay, now that's working. Let's try something else. A servo motor to ground, voltage in and D4. I'm not giving it the name LED, I'm just typing servo and enter. Servo.duty. If I give 40, it's between 40 and 115, the duty cycle with frequency of 50. See the first position, middle position, and the maximum position. So the next step is to connect to a network. First, you need to import the. Before that, if I give the help command, you can see that it gives the basic information connecting to a network. So import network and then station. We say that this command we can see if the station is active. If it is true, that means it's in station mode. So scan. See, I get two networks. So I want to connect to this one. So so I wait a bit and it's connected. So that means we are now connected to a network. So basically that's it. There are many parts I haven't covered in this video. If I do that, if I say about that now, the video will be too long. So you can find them in the micropython.org website. And good luck making your projects. Please subscribe to my channel and bye.